I think, the reason, I was telling him the reason, sometimes people might need to vent, or the reason I think I was recently realizing that I need to vent is because maybe I just need to hear some of my problems and some of the things that I'm going through. Maybe just hear them out loud so I can hear how dumb they are, or hear how simple the solution is that I haven't thought about or heard from the voice in my head yet. You know what I mean? I don't know. But that kind of feels like that's what kind of why it feels better after you say it, because it's like, oh, that now that I hear it, it kind of sounds dumb, and now that somebody else hears how dumb it is, it definitely feels like it's not that bad, and it's gonna be okay, and blah blah blah, and you start feeling better. And so I'm just venting my thoughts, I guess. Maybe that's what I'm aiming at. I don't know. But we're just here. I'm here at work. I'm early, so part of my thoughts go back to just existential dread that I have. Just with, I don't know what it is. Life, society. I claim that I don't care about people. I'm tough, blah blah blah. Fuck the world, but at the same time, it's like, well, look at the world is fucked up. I mean, people are, yeah. I don't have to say it. And so I don't know. I mean, sometimes I find myself under this dark cloud, and even on a clear sky day like this in the sun, it can feel dark and gloomy and cloudy. And I don't know, like it's wet outside. I don't want to go outside. That feeling like when it's raining outside and you don't want to go out because it's raining. That's how I feel in that cloud, especially when it's like sunny and bright outside. It feels like it's mucky, it's yucky to go out there. I want to stay in a building and work. I want to stay in my bedroom and sleep if I could. But I mean, I don't know. But I think, reading, I've been reading different literature and kind of reflecting, kind of looking at myself and holding up a mirror to society with different things. I'm reading into Hobbes and Schopenhauer and different stuff. But and maybe that's the problem. Identifying with these social, like, geopolitical issues, more specifically, identifying them and then identifying with them, or identifying with the issues that they're identifying with, not specifically the same, agreeing with everything these crazy old white men are talking about, right? Part of why I'm conflicted is because I do identify. I feel like I am identifying, connecting with a lot of these issues and a lot of the literature, but on the other hand, kind of being told, but I have this also believing the idea that, those, like Schopenhauer, for example, these old white men, they're talking about humans and man, and like in his time, I would not have been considered a man or human, maybe subhuman at best, right? So it's like, okay, so does that mean that text and all of that information is irrelevant to mean anything? So what am I even concerned with? Why am I identifying and actually, kind of dreading these problems? Rereading Schopenhauer for the fourth time, and after thinking about this, and I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I think, people are different for sure, but I also think people are the same, you know, for sure. So, the fundamental proposition that because they didn't believe that we were human, does that mean that their fundamental proposition on the psychological analytics of man don't apply to us? Like, I feel like they're telling us that, because those people didn't believe we were human, their discussions of human don't apply to us. So it's like almost like you're telling us we're not human also, again. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like a conflicted feeling because I also identify a lot with Schopenhauer because his work is really accessible and I'm something of an idiot, right? So I need I identify with Hume, and I've been reading, trying to. It's difficult for someone like me who's an idiot, vocabulary wise, and just understanding that Middle English intellectuals speak, trying to translate it. I also, I listen to lectures about these books, and then reread them sometimes, trying to get a better grip or something, I guess. I don't know. But, some of the work is much more accessible than other work, obviously. And I don't know. Maybe that's the title. I don't know. But I've been kind of conflicted in a lot of ways. I think like again, coming back to me not being an intellectual, right? I'm definitely a brute, savage. I wouldn't call it. I think that more or less referring to like the creative types, right? Blue collar guys, often, and in a society that is structured for the success of intellectuals, but not necessarily the creative types, it can feel, or it does feel, oppressive, and so, I don't know. I feel dreadful. I feel like why is pillaging off the table? Like I kind of go back to the Hobbesian idea of rights, where like self-preservation, like that's your only right. Like I'll grant you that much, and that's a hard one, right? But I also think that like the sovereign violated the social contract when they came into our house and took our sons. You know what I mean? And so where I just kind of disagree with Hobbes is, like, do I have to take the new sovereign's rule and form a contract with them since they defeated my former one or whatever, right? Like, is that inherent? Or can I say, oh no, the new sovereign actually enslaved my brothers and fathers, so I actually don't want to take them, and if I can raise more men than you, then why can't we put pillaging back on the table or whatever? I don't know, just kidding, obviously. And I don't think it's intellectuals versus creatives. Why can't it be intellectuals and creatives, right? And the idea sounds dumb because it's like, well, look at the music and the athletes and all the money that's in that, but it's like, okay, yeah, 1 in a million or 300 million actually, yeah, it's definitely a beneficial and safe, profitable endeavor in this society to pursue a creative or whatever brutish endeavor for lifestyle, especially when you're not, you know, you don't have the physical predisposition to be the intellectual, right? For whatever reason, biological predispositions, environmental, or whatever. Could have dropped on your fucking head when you were a kid. I don't know. The only thing you can be is a painter or a singer. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't even know what I mean. So again, I don't know. But I'm supposed to clock in at 7:30.